When I was trying to build my Jade Shaman, I couldn't really figure out what direction I wanted to go with it. I originally thought about N'Zoth, but that's what I did for Rogue. Can't really just make it purely mid-range because that's kind of a meta deck already. And then obviously can't make it aggro because, you know, that's a thing that already exists. So I was looking at the Jade Golem cards and I was like, hey, they all have battle cries. So naturally you play Bran in this deck anyway, which is it's just kind of already in the deck. And then I was like, hey, Shaman has Rumbling Elemental, that's gotta be cool, right? And honestly, I played the games already. The Rumbling Elemental was a little bit disappointing, but he's a cool card. I really like this card, it just never seems like it quite works out. And then we have a Blubber Baron in the deck for pure meme value, but it actually performed reasonably well in the games. I was actually very surprised. But if you don't want to play Blubber Baron, you probably just play a second Lightning Bolt. Overall, the deck seems okay. I mean, it is Shaman, so it can't be that bad, right?
Morgo versus Thrall.
I think I need an earlier curve than Coin Spirit into Spirit. Double AoE is pretty good if he's aggro.
Who goes there?
I'm in charge now.
This is probably going to be turn 3 Thalnos Coin Maelstrom Portal. I might actually have to play a Maelstrom Portal this turn though. That's a lot of damage coming at me. I think I'm going to be a little bit greedy with it though. I picked up the heal, so I feel like I can afford to take a little bit of damage.
I'll get right.
I think Thalnos Coin Maelstrom is better than Lightning Storm. Mostly just because it doesn't overload me for next turn so I can play Rumbling Elemental. Wow, Jade Lightning face. Well, that is quite concerning. I have to trade into this guy because I can't really afford to take the 2 damage. I kind of wanted to go Rumbling Elemental into Jinyu Water Speaker, but I guess it actually fits the curve better to do it the other way around. I might even have to Lightning Storm here. Those are pretty big minions. Actually, I don't think I can afford to Lightning Storm here. It would overload me too hard next turn, and there's a chance that I just double low roll here, which is pretty bad. I might AoE this turn instead of playing Aya though. I could try to roll a totem here, try to get spell damage, but I'd rather play Totem Golem if I can. And if I really needed to, I had the Maelstrom Portal. Wonder why that turn was so difficult for him. Missed my 2 damage with the juggle, so I have to hit him. Or I have to smack into the totem. Unfortunately, my Jade Chieftain next turn isn't going to make a very big taunt. That spell damage is brutal. I might lose the game to that. I'm gonna try to... Actually, I guess it doesn't make any sense to try to draw into Jinyu. Because He's just gonna be dead next turn. If he doesn't kill me. And there's some chance he can't kill me, because his weapon isn't getting through any more damage this turn and he couldn't kill me last turn. Although he might have been overloaded last turn, I don't remember. Huh, I actually beat him.
Morgul versus Garrosh.
I'm probably going to need the Jinyu this game at some point, but I need my early game cards more desperately. Alright, Tunnel Trog into Ooze. I'm gonna need this guy to go for Coin War Axe or N'Zoth's First Mate coin upgrade. Coin War Axe is worse because he actually kills my Trog. But at least I get to play the Ooze on curve. And that's 3 damage that's not going to my face.
Hello, old friend. Let's meet for tea after the match, shall we?
That Warlock hero power is brutal.
I'm in charge now.
I don't think I can play a 3-mana 2/2 here. This guy's got to be more important than the Finley. Even though the Finley gets a little bit better of a trade right here. Okay, so it looks like he's playing probably the Dragon version with Curator. I'm gonna go for Rumbling Elemental here. The Jade Spirit lines up so poorly against these guys.
For the war chief.
Orcron was a card I didn't really want to see, although it looks like he doesn't respect the Rumbling Elemental. Which might be correct, I don't know. I think I like the Jinyu here. I'm gonna need the health out of it eventually. And, I don't want to play it next turn because then I can't play Chieftain. And the 3/6 just lines up pretty well against some of his dudes. Much better than like a 2/3 Jade Spirit or a second Rumbling Elemental. Second Rumbling Elemental might have been able to do some work though if he disrespected it as much as the first one.
For the war chief.
I think I need to go for the Lightning Storm here. Saves me at least 5 health. Kinda sucks that I low rolled on the Korkron, but I did get the Healing Totem to heal this guy up a little bit. He still dies to Blackwing Corruptor, which is a bit unfortunate. Looks like he doesn't have it though. I like the Azure Drake here, mostly just because it fits the curve. Rumbling Elemental was also fine that turn. Sets up good damage if I decide to go for the Chieftain next turn. But I really need spells, so playing Azure Drake to draw some cards also seems pretty strong.
I wonder. What now?
Blood to Ichor, really. I wonder if this isn't even Dragon Warrior. Maybe it's just like Tempo Warrior? Or like Slow Pirate Warrior, I guess? Well, Rumbling Elemental, you have a 50% chance to do some work here. Nice. And the Rumbling Elemental is pretty resilient. I could have gone for Thalnos Maelstrom Portal there. That was probably fine. But getting this Rumbling Elemental going is pretty nice. Wow, he is playing dragons. How big is this guy? 5'5". That's probably big enough to play. This thing only summons a 2/2, which is kind of bad. I might go for a Maelstrom Portal play this turn. If I had rolled Spell Damage Totem, I don't think I would have played Thalnos there. But I needed the extra damage on the Corruptor so that I could kill it. I want to make a really big Blubber Baron. I'm going to play Totem Golem instead. And overloading on this turn, I can still go Chieftain Hero Power next turn.
My blade be thirsty. I wield the power of black.
I don't really want to leave either of these guys up. The taunt I get from Jade Chieftain is a little bit too small for me to just go like Chieftain pass here. And I can value trade on this Frothing Berserker and then blow up this Blackwing Corruptor, which I like quite a bit. And then I guess I have to play this guy as a 5/5. Just because it's not enough threat on board if I just try to play a 1/3 here. I can draw lethal.
For the life binder.
Fly, potty.
I probably can't draw lethal now. I only have 7, I would need 6. So even if I rolled spell damage, it wouldn't be good enough. So I can value trade into the Azure Drake. I can make 2 value trades. This guy heals him up, and then I'll have Jade Lightning for burst next turn. I think I like that line of play. That deck doesn't play Brawl, so it should be impossible for him to deal with this. Should be lethal regardless of what he hits.
Morgul versus Valera.
Definitely need cheaper cards than this. Especially against pirate openers. Wow, this hand is gross. I think against this opener, I do start with the Tunnel Trog. If he had played Small Time Buccaneer, I couldn't have done this because 3/2 obviously kills 1/3 for free, so I would have had to coin out Totem Golem. This is a little bit weaker to backstab, but I mean, he could have just gone like trade in one of these things to kill my Totem Golem. It's not really like that hard for him to do 4 damage instead of 3. Wow, second backstab is dirty though. Maelstrom Portal would be the best draw in my deck here. I think I just Hero Power Pass. If I play Thalnos, he just kills it with the dagger. If I coin Lightning Storm, I'm gonna be so overloaded next turn I can't do anything. I do feel like I'm in kind of a bad spot right now though. I might have to go for a Thalnos Lightning Storm here and just pray for the 50/50 on the Tomb Pillager. The Hex is nice, but if I Hex the Tomb Pillager and then he goes for like a big Edwin or something, I'm gonna be pretty screwed. If I just play Jinyu here, he probably has to trade in, or at least put a lot of damage on the Tomb Pillager, and then I can AoE it. I think I'm just gonna Hex that thing. It doesn't really feel great, but denying him the coin when he has so few cards in hand and one of them could potentially be an Auctioneer also seems pretty strong. That Doomhammer is gonna be tough to beat. If I draw Ooze this turn, I should be fine, but drawing Ooze this turn isn't going to be that easy. Probably need to Lightning Storm here. Can't be taking 3 damage from those guys anymore. And I'm actually going to play Thalnos here. I feel like I need the cycle. That Doomhammer put a serious clock on me. Wow, how did he do nothing on 4 mana? He's gotta have like Auctioneer, Conceal, Counterfeit Coin, that kind of stuff in his hand. I think I'm gonna play the Azure Drake here. Like I said, I need to cycle. Ooze and second Water Speaker are probably gonna be pretty important. And if he goes for like a Stealthed Auctioneer here, then Azure Drake plus Lightning Storm can threaten it. Although I guess if I had just played Rumbling Elemental, I could have just played Azure Drake Coin Lightning Storm this turn without potentially losing it to an Eviscerate. But I think drawing into like Ooze and that kind of stuff is pretty important. There's that Maelstrom portal I wanted earlier. I think I actually have to Lightning Storm. I can't take the damage from this pirate. Maybe I hex this and just play Water Speaker. I have to develop something. I don't like taking the damage here, whereas I could theoretically clear off all his damage and then heal. This way, since I'm not clearing that, I'm effectively only healing for 3. But I need to have a minion on board. I can't just like overload myself a ton here, let him develop board, and then lose.
This guy's toast.
Oh. Okay.